So why should you pursue passive income? I honestly believe that generating passive income is one of the most underutilized tools that every single one of us have at our disposal. I want to give you 3 benefits of passive income, and I'm going to talk about why every single one of us should pursue earning passive income streams. This video is part of a bigger playlist on passive income that goes into lots of detail. If you missed the first video in this playlist, check it out right here. The first amazing benefit of passive income is honestly security. Think about this. When you have a job, people talk about job security. They talk about the fact that, hey, I'm working for a good company, right? I've got job security or I've got tenure. As long as there's a market, I have a job. During the season that we're in right now, where unemployment's very high, a lot of people's job security or perceived job security has gone away. So just imagine if you're in this situation and all of your friends are panicked about losing their jobs, and you're sitting back like, hey, you know what? My job is great and all, but if I lost it, I've still got these other passive income streams coming in. The reason why passive income presents a different type of security than a single job is that if you're dependent on one paycheck from one employer and anything happens, you could lose your job. Happens all the time. Companies decide to downsize, people get let go, positions get replaced, positions get merged, and people get left in the dust. That could happen. If you're sitting there going, no, I'm not going to lose my job, well, the other thing that could happen is your company could just dissolve. It happens all the time where companies go out of business. Look at what's happening right now, where there's all kinds of companies that 6 months ago were thriving, and right now they're filing for bankruptcy, right? Like that happens. Or your company could decide that, hey, listen, making payroll is very tough because we're not getting the revenue that we used to, so we're gonna reduce everybody's salaries by 10%. That happens as well. So I believe you really put yourself at risk when 100% of your livelihood is dependent on one source. What multiple streams of passive income do is they diversify your source of income, so that if one goes away, you've still got these other 5 or 6. And a lot of times, especially as you're beginning to build your passive income business, you might have several streams and any one of those things isn't enough. For example, I sell books as one of my income streams. It's never been enough to live on, but it's consistently several $100s a month. That's pretty cool when you consider that it's one of 7 or 8 income streams that I have that are all different amounts. So the magic then is in the stacking. You want to stack up as many different types of passive income streams, and then some of them are going to really grow and some of them may stay small, but all of them together produce a cushion against financial collapse. I've enjoyed the feeling of financial security connected to passive income streams for a few years now, and I'm just telling you, it makes life a lot easier. Back when I had my 9-to-5 job, I didn't stress as much about what if I lose this? What if I can't make payroll? Or what if I have to take a pay cut? Those kind of concerns were far less frequent. The second benefit of passive income is time freedom. Here's what I mean. In our first video in this playlist, I talk about what passive income is. One of the things we talked about in that video is that passive income is a fixed amount of work and disproportionate results. You put in a fixed amount of time, which produces an asset that continues to earn you money. I gave you the example of my first book that I wrote that continues to earn me money every single month. So if you put enough of those kinds of things together where the income becomes full-time and beyond, you get a lot of time freedom, because you've got money coming in based on work that you did before, and then you have a fixed amount of ongoing work to continue to produce more passive streams of income. Make sense? And so eventually what happens is you might have $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month coming in from work that you did that was a fixed amount of work that's reaching a disproportionate amount of customers or an audience that's really large, or ways that you're able to generate money because of that fixed income. We'll get into more of those specific examples later on in this playlist. But the thing to keep in mind is that because you're detaching the work from the result, it frees up time. Instead of having to give a fixed amount of time and getting a fixed amount of dollars in return, you put in a fixed amount of time, the income grows, and now all of a sudden, you get to decide what you do with your days, because you no longer have to show up to get a set amount of money. Now this takes time and it's not easy. It is simple. It's simpler than you think, and I'm gonna show you how to do it, but it's not super easy. That's why most people don't do it. But it is very simple and very attainable. Before I tell you the third benefit of earning passive income, I want to give you something totally for free that will be a really good complement to these videos. It's my free, super simple guide to earning your first $500 online. I took all the steps that it took me to go from zero income to making enough money to leave my 9-to-5 job and go full-time into entrepreneurship. And I'm going to show you those steps and really simplify the process, because I remember in the early days, I tried literally everything that anybody told me to do. I did it to try to make money online. And I learned a lot of things, and I was very frustrated most of the time, but I learned and discovered a very clear path and a very simple path to go from where you might be, just searching on YouTube to try to find how do I make money online, to actually making your first $500. And once you can do that, it's pretty awesome what happens next, because if you can make 500, you can make 5,000. If you make 5,000, you can make 50,000. If you can do that, you can make as much money as you want. And so it all starts with that first $500. So again, go to lanesebring.com/super simple to pick up your guide there. So let's get into number three. Number three is location freedom. All right, we talked about time freedom. Now we're going to talk about location freedom. Think about this. If you're earning passive income and you have money coming in based on work that you've already done and work that you're maybe continuing to do, what happens is you begin to be free to live anywhere. This is one of the cool things that's really just settling in with my wife and I, that we are no longer bound to a specific location. We can live anywhere we want because we have a online business that is a passive income model, and I can do the work from anywhere. We still live in the same city that we lived in before, but we can travel 6 months out of the year if we want to. We could get a beach house and live there for 3 months out of the year. We could decide that, hey, we don't want to live in this state anymore, we want to live in that state, and we could just do it. And that's the cool thing, is that the money and the income kind of follows you where you go because it's been generated and it's working for you. And if you do it as an online business, which is what I teach, it's really location independent because you're not tied to anywhere. As long as you have an internet connection. In my case, if I have an internet connection that's fast and I have my camera and my microphone and my computer, I've got a business. That is the super exciting thing about this type of income. I want to hear from you in the comments. What is your favorite benefit of passive income? What fires you up the most and why? Be sure to subscribe to this channel, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.